Now, the interesting thing about Jesus is, he was always confronting the Pharisees. And you have to just love the way Jesus deals with these bullies. It doesn't matter what the topic is, because they consider themselves far, not only better than everyone, but smarter than everyone. So you didn't want to argue with the Pharisees on religious matters. Well, guess who wasn't scared to mix it up with the Pharisees? Jesus wasn't. Now, why should he be? He was God in the flesh. And so they would argue with Jesus, and I love the way Jesus dealt with them. They would argue with Jesus, for example, about the Sabbath. And Jesus would say, I'm Lord of the Sabbath. Whatever I say goes. They didn't know how to handle that. Now, there were other times when Jesus would say things that were just shocking to people. You remember with Lazarus and Mary and Martha, and Lazarus died, and oh, Lord, if you had just been here, but I know that Lazarus will still be resurrected, Martha said. And what did Jesus say? I am the resurrection. I am Lord of the Sabbath. I am the resurrection. And so there was other times when topics would come up regarding the temple. And what was proper, what was not proper. And what Jesus said on one occasion, speaking of himself, something greater than the temple is here. I love the way Jesus dealt with the religious bullies of his day and the Pharisees and Sadducees. Jesus left them speechless. Literally speechless, because it tells us in one place that they tried to trip Jesus up, and Jesus turns the tables on him. He says, hey, I got a question for you, Pharisees and Sadducees. The Messiah, who's he the son of? Oh, it's easy. He's the son of David. And Jesus says, okay, well then why does David call him Lord? And it tells us in the Gospels that from that point on, no one dared to ask him any more questions. They were left speechless. And we're not talking about the minions. We're talking about the ruling class, the PhDs of their day. Could not handle the Jewish carpenter at all.